Welcome to The Explainer. You know, sometimes the most profound philosophical truths don't come from some dense, dusty academic textbook. Sometimes they're sitting right there in the pages of a simple children's story. Today, we're going to explore this wonderfully illustrated short story called The Beautiful Bird. And look, on the surface, sure, it's just a cute tale about 4 kids and a little winged visitor. But when you really look at it, it holds this deeply important, absolutely universal lesson about companionship, empathy, and the true nature of freedom. I literally love breaking down materials like this because it just completely strips away all the noise and reminds us of the core values we all share.
So let's kick things off with a question straight from our source material. The authors actually prompt the reader right out of the gate with this: do you have a pet at home? Are pets the symbol of true companionship? It's such a brilliant way to instantly hook you, right? It forces us to immediately question our own assumptions. We always think of pets as the ultimate companions, but does companionship inherently require ownership? Just keep that thought in the back of your mind as we walk through what happens in this story.
Section 1. The Rainy Day Visitor.
All right, picture this. Every good story needs a solid setting to establish the mood, and ours starts on a pretty dreary note. It is absolutely pouring rain outside, the grass is wet, there are these dark, heavy clouds looming, and the kids are just trapped indoors, pacing this checkered floor, looking out the window super longingly. One of them even says, "We cannot go out to play," so there's this really tangible feeling of boredom and confinement. But then, all of a sudden, something completely breaks the monotony. A bright, beautiful bird flies right into their house.
Before we see exactly how they react to this winged visitor, let's quickly meet our crew. We've got Yesh in yellow, Saya in pink, Arav pointing excitedly, and Navya in the red dress. These 4 kids, who are literally just bored out of their minds a second ago, are now faced with a very unexpected guest.
Section 2. The Empathy Dilemma.
So, a wild animal flies into your living room. What do? This immediate choice actually represents 2 very different human instincts. On one hand, you have Yashi's reaction. He says, "Let us keep him in a box." And honestly, it's a supernatural kind of possessive human instinct, right? You see something beautiful, you want to keep it. But then Navya steps in, and she shows this profound level of empathy. She instantly recognizes the internal world of the animal, saying, "Oh no, we must not do that. He will be sad." She doesn't just see a pretty object to put on a shelf. She sees a living creature with its own feelings.
Which brings us to Section 3, a return to nature.
So the kids have a choice to make here. Yash's desire to possess the bird or Navya's call for compassion. And they completely make the right call. Arav steps up and he opens the large glass window. By doing this, they're actively proving that they chose compassion over possession. They realize their home, no matter how safe or dry it might be, just isn't where this wild bird belongs. Opening that window is their way of helping the creature return to its rightful place.
And I love how this story handles this next part. It uses the environment to literally reward their good deed. That dreary, somber tone from the beginning, completely gone. The text lays out exactly what happens in 3 quick steps. 1, the clouds had gone. 2, the sky was blue. And 3, the sun was shining. The weather is perfectly mirroring the joy of the moment. The little bird hops right out of the window. The story notes he was happy, and he just flew right over to this big, lush green tree. That whole gloomy, rainy day was totally transformed just by one simple act of kindness.
Section 4. The True Meaning of Freedom. Now, the bird is free, but the story isn't quite over yet. It perches on a branch outside and starts to sing this beautiful, literal expression of gratitude. It sings, "I like you, Yash, I like you, Arav, I like you, Navya, and Sia." So it's acknowledging and appreciating the kids. But then it makes a really critical distinction. It adds, "I love the trees, I love the flowers, and I love the sunshine too." Basically, the bird likes the kids, sure, but its true love, its real home, is out there in nature, not stuck inside some cardboard box.
And the absolute best part, the kids totally get it. They lean out the window and joyfully yell back, "We love you too!" They aren't sad that the bird left. They aren't throwing a tantrum that they don't get a new pet. This is incredible growth for them. They've learned that you can love a creature, you can fully appreciate its beauty without needing to trap it or own it. They express their love by letting the bird be exactly what it was meant to be. This hits the nail right on the head for the story's core takeaway. The narrative distills this whole experience down to one simple, universal truth. Everyone loves their freedom, especially birds and animals. It takes this everyday, random event of a bird flying indoors and turns it into a massive lesson.
Freedom isn't just some abstract human concept. It's a fundamental, non-negotiable need for all living creatures.
So it all comes back to that question we asked at the very beginning. I want to leave you with this final thought to ponder, based on this incredible little story we just walked through. Does true companionship mean protecting someone's freedom rather than possessing them? Navya, Arav, Sia, and Yash realized that the absolute best way to show the bird they cared was simply to open the window, because sometimes the ultimate act of love and companionship is just letting go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today to unpack this beautiful story on The Explainer. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.